I watched her from the hallway, half veiled in shadow, half cloaked in denial. Her laughter drifted through the open kitchen door, light, breathy, flirtatious, the kind of laugh she only used when she was trying to seem effortlessly irresistible. She was on speakerphone. I didn't recognize the voice on the other end, but the tone told me everything. Then, I can't say that. Not with him around. A pause. A giggle. A whispered, "You're bad." The knife in my hand wasn't metaphorical. I was slicing an apple slowly, precisely. I didn't react. I didn't speak. I simply turned, walked out of the house, and drove around the block. No destination. No outburst. Just that cold, hollow hum in the chest when something finally clicks, when the truth you didn't want to face settles into your bones. When I returned, she met me at the door. Bright as ever, she kissed my cheek. She smelled like lavender and duplicity. Later that night, I told her gently that her flirting made me uncomfortable, how she lingered in people's personal space, brushed arms too often, let her smile stretch a second too long. She didn't deny it. She didn't defend it. She bared her teeth in a smile and said, "If you're unhappy, the door's right there." I glanced at the door, then back at her. "Thanks for the reminder," I said. She laughed again, but I didn't at first. I told myself I was overthinking it, that I was being insecure, possessive. She'd planted those doubts in me skillfully, not outright, but in small ways, carefully chosen phrases, subtle shifts in tone that made me second-guess my instincts. She started coming home later, wore a new perfume. Her phone, once casually left lying around, was now glued to her side, always face down. Notifications from unfamiliar names lit up her screen. She started using passwords she never had before. "Privacy," she said at dinner. Her eyes barely met mine. Her smile, if it came at all, was thin and tired, never reaching her eyes. One night, I reached out for her in bed and found only cold sheets. She was in the living room, whispering. Again, when I walked in, she fumbled the phone like a teenager caught mid-lie. "It was my sister," she stammered. Her sister, who lived 2 time zones away, who never called at night, who, just as I entered the room, had apparently said, "Miss you too." She didn't know I heard that part. I said nothing. I didn't argue. I just began watching. Not for confirmation, I already knew. I was watching for something else. The moment I stopped loving her, I found it in her silence. I didn't confront her. Not yet. That would have been emotional, weak, predictable. Instead, I became the perfect husband, quiet, agreeable, non-threatening. I let her relax, let her underestimate me, and people always do, when they think you're no longer a threat. She started leaving her laptop open. I mirrored her phone while she slept, installed a data logger, synced her messages to a hidden drive. It took 3 weeks. 3 weeks of pretending I didn't know where she went on those late nights, that I hadn't already mapped her location. History hadn't bookmarked the hotel she met him at, that I didn't already know his name. Kyle, her co-worker, the one I'd shaken hands with at the company holiday party. The man who had smiled warmly at me, looked me in the eye, and said, "Your wife is amazing." I'd agreed. Now I knew the details, the timelines, the lies. I had photos her in a red dress I hadn't seen in months, draped over a hotel bed, texting him things she never said to me, telling him she wished I were more like him. I compiled it all, folders labeled, files sorted, screenshots printed in black and white. That night, when she came home, I asked about her day. She said it had been hectic. She kissed my cheek. I kissed her back, cold, measured. The next morning, I brewed coffee for both of us. I brought it to her in bed. She blinked, surprised. "What's this for?" "Just thought we could talk," I said. She took a sip. I slid a manila folder across the bed toward her. She looked at it, then at me. "What's this?" I didn't answer. She opened it. Photo after photo, text after text, printed receipts, her own words, her own betrayal laid bare. Her hands trembled. The cup clinked against the saucer. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. Panic filled her eyes like floodwater breaching a dam. She tried to speak, to explain. I didn't let her. I stood, straightened my shirt. "You said the door's right there," I said quietly. "So I walked through it. 3 weeks ago." She stared at me as if I'd become someone else. Maybe I had. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just left. I'd already rented a loft across town. Started moving my things out while she was at work essentials first. Forwarded my mail. Changed all my passwords. She didn't even notice. She was too busy texting Kyle. The night she finally realized came home to an empty house. No coat on the rack. No shoes by the door. No toothbrush in the holder. She called. I didn't answer. Then came the texts, apologies, denials, desperation. That's when I sent her one last thing. A video clip. Just her voice. Laughing. You know I can't say that. Not with him around. No caption. No message. Just a mirror. She never texted again after that. The silence is beautiful. In my loft. The air feels lighter. Every object is just where I left it. No lies hiding beneath the cushions. No stray lipstick on glasses. No strangers' names blinking on a screen. Sometimes I remember how she used to look at me with affection, with want, and then I remember how easily that look vanished. People say love dies slowly. They're wrong. Love dies the moment respect is replaced by condescension, and when that happens, there's no heartbreak, only strategy. I didn't leave to punish her. I left so that she could finally feel what she made invisible all those months. Me. The last time she reached out, she said the house felt empty without me. I replied simply, it does.